Love stinks. Hameen Media Group. Let's start that over again.
Take
This
two.
is a cold open for you guys watching live. So if you guys listen back on the recorded gimmick, it's not going to be the same. So let's try this again in 3, 2, 1. Love stinks. The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the A Show. I am joined today by BRV, Billy Ray Valentine. We're thrilled to death to have him back. And of course, my amazing producer and co-host, Big Ray Hernandez. Hello, everyone.
So first and foremost, April, you did this wrong.
I did.
Yes. Let me show. So this is what you do. So you slowly fade out this music, right?
Okay. Tell me to do it.
And then hold on. Right. And then all of a sudden, this pops in, right?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. And then you go, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome to our show a man who has been to the most infinite parts of the fringe. A man who has plugged in America that is unplugged. Ladies and gentlemen, he is known as a Spanish god. He is a lover. He is a fighter. He is somebody who loves to fight lovers. What? Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one. It is the only. It is BRV.
Woo!
Billy Ray Valentine. Time. What's going on, buddy?
What is going on? What's up, April? How you doing? It's always good to see you. Ray, I saw you this morning, and it's already too much, but we're going to brave through it. Happy to be here to talk to both of you. Thank you for having me.
I'm going to have a good time.
I know I need the break, so I know it's going to be a blast. April, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry for the lame introduction. I almost gave you a ring introduction.
Oh no.
And coming to the ring at 185 pounds, the heavyweight title of podcast, Billy Ray Valentine.
Yes. And you know what we got to do? We got to do this gimmick. Where's this gimmick at? Jesus Christ. Billy Ray Valentine.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just learned that April has a roommate. And he's a male?
No, it's a robot.
I mean, it had to be that the guy must love to torture himself. How does this work? I don't know. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, I guess, but I mean, it must be torture at the same time to have April Hunter walking around the house.
April?
I have a roommate part-time who is a friend who gets sent to Tampa to work. So he's stuck here 3 nights a week. I don't think he considers it torture. He's on the other side of the house. Unless it's torture to have to share a kitchen with me, then yeah.
That is torture. I heard you can't cook.
Not at all. It's pizza every night. No, but he's been in and out of the house for years and years and years. So yeah, we tolerate each other well.
Well, April, I wasn't even talking on that level. I'm talking about I mean, you're just drop dead gorgeous, and he has to be there all the time to see.
You talking to her or me?
Not you.
Oh.
Well, how do you know he's not? How do you know he's not like super gay?
Well, maybe that's why I was asking. I'm like, something needs to be up, right?
Well, here's the thing. I think I think this gentleman would find Billy Ray Valentine to be a more tastier treat than any of us.
He might, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So real quick, guys, before we start the show, I think, and this is, I usually like to, whenever something really important is going to happen, I have to put it over. And this is a very serious thing. So just give me your attention for 1 second, guys. Tomorrow is a huge day. For those who don't know, those who don't celebrate it, You're right, Billy Ray
boy.
Valentine. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. I know where you're going.
Should you say those who don't know or care?
Jesus, that's fucking horrible, dude. Let me try this again. God damn it. It's a sacred day. It's almost like a religious holiday, and let me just kick it off with this.
Look at his face glow. Look at that glow.
Yeah, it is opening day, baby. The New York Yankees start their season off against some freaking jabronis that nobody cares about. Baseball is back. Yes. And nobody gives a shit about the Mets. So.
No.
No?
Nobody gives a shit about baseball. Oh, sorry, that's just me.
What?
Colin said that you were transitioning tomorrow. It was your start of your surgery. So that's what I was excited about.
That's what I thought was going on as well.
See,
Right.
No, see
I mean,
what
you
Colin.
just had this big buildup.
Right.
You know, April. What Colin does is he looks in the mirror, and whatever he sees, it's like a wish and shit. He's transitioning tomorrow into a man.
So welcome everybody. I see Red Sunny. Hello, Colin. Hi, Allie. Hey, War Demon. What's up? Who else here? I think I saw a Big Wig, Cool Awesome Dude, Alex, Big Kenny. Who's here?
You see, you got Allie RX. Who else we got?
Winona. Yeah. So
Speedway 95, 94.
So thank you for joining us today, Jameer. Okay, awesome.
Red
Sunny. I should have known that.
Dope.
Red
Sunny 24.
Red Jameer. Awesome.
AB Twitch, the legend.
War Demon says, when the fuck are you moving, Ray? Seriously. That is a really good question.
That is
Ray.
a fucking
when the
great
fuck
story.
Are you moving?
It's a great story. It's a great.
When are you going to start supporting, like Florida baseball?
Well, I can give fuck never, number one, and I will never support any other teams except for the Knicks, the Yankees, the Rangers, and New York NYFC football club here. That's about it. That's all you get.
He's avoiding the question, Chris.
Okay, so this is a question that if you want, April, you can just come over here and ask my wife.
We're just going to start putting the pressure on.
It's her fault. I'm just going to leave it that way. I'm just kidding. It's not her fault. It is her fault.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be sooner than later. Leave it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll ask every week. So
we've revoked Big Ray's New York card a long time ago. He's overstayed his welcome. It's time for him to go. Right. We don't allow him in the Bronx anymore. I don't know why he's wearing a New York Yankee shirt and pinstripes. He should be
jersey.
Wearing
it's a jersey, number one, fool.
He should be wearing, because he's originally from Queens and Brooklyn. I think he currently lives in Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Talking about
he wants to be a part of the Bronx and what we do here and what is my blood right because I was born here. Right. Ray would like to be that, but we have revoked his card. And now he can't be in New York in general. So he will be in Florida very soon, a Marlins fan.
You know what?
Right. He's going to be in Florida just like all the other New Yorkers.
Yeah. I'll be joining him in about 4 years.
You know what, guys?
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
And Cool Awesome Dude, thank you. I love when people name drop me into other podcasts. I appreciate it.
Nope.
I like when people name drop me anywhere. So thanks.
I do it all the time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just walk up to random people in the subway and like, hey, I know April Hunter. Like, then they don't stab me.
I don't even care if you spell my name right. Just
don't
get
stab
it out
me.
there. There you go.
So what's up, April?
Today we'll talk about some fun things and some other things too. We're talking about the Tompt gnome origin. A lot of people see these little gnomes everywhere. They're like super popular in the States and they don't know where they're coming from. So there's a really cool background to that.
Cool.
I thought we could quickly touch on a lot of really interesting topics, including medically assisted suicide, which is gaining popularity in Canada. We could talk about the alleged or proposed TikTok ban and what it means in the bigger picture. We're going to talk about the different expectations we have for friendships versus romantic relationships. What else can we touch on? And there's a couple of esoteric things that I was thinking about too, with bringing things to you. As a lot of people feel like they have a hard time attracting things to them. And what if it's not a matter of attracting things? What if it's a matter of getting out of your own way instead? So these are some things that we'll maybe touch on today. And See, and I'm glad Billy Ray is with us because we have an expert conspiracy theory debunker here.
Mm-hmm.
Something else I had looked up was the Ford Motor Company is starting has an electric battery. I'm so sorry today.
Right?
I'm tired. Yeah.
So whenever you don't
yeah,
know,
whatever. Yeah, it's just gimmick. So electric batteries, Ford Motor Company, Detroit. So the origin of the electric battery is extremely less than green to the point where it's really bad. So that's something else we might want to talk about too, because it's kind of like how we pretend that we don't know where our food is from and we just kind of look the other way. So there are things that maybe people should know about. So where do you want to start?
You know, real quick, those what's that channel of Billy Ray Valentine, the Young Turks? What is it?
Young Turks.
I like the Young Turks. Well, I listen to the Young Turks from time to time. I wouldn't say I like them.
What's the guy's name?
I don't know. I know what he looks like.
The Young Turks, right? The reason I'm bringing this up is because this guy, real quick, he tweeted something out the other day that really freaking, like, I found it to be kind of like disgusting, and they're using this a lot. And I wanted to ask you guys about this. So I don't know if you guys heard about the transgender person that was shot a couple days ago. Did you guys hear about that?
The one that was shot, or the one that shot people up?
Right, the shot up the school.
I'm sorry, the one that shot up the school.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so the Young Turks are and I want to know what your genuine feeling about this is, because if you go down their Twitter timeline, they keep saying stuff like that the liberals, the left, they keep throwing out that terminology, is happy that this person is shooting people, and that they're happy that I think somebody who was transgender got killed. And how do you feel about people who take their large platforms and use the death of someone as a political, like, kind of divider? Yeah. How do you guys feel about that? I don't like that. I think
it's extremely irresponsible.
I think this is disgusting. So I'm just trying to find
that the left enjoyed that, or that the right enjoyed that.
I'm not the right. I apologize. The right.
That sounds.
I think both sides have done this, and it drives me nuts. And I think each side, and currently I think the left does it more than the right, but I've seen the right do it as well. They use these personal situations, whether it's abortion or transgender or whatever, gay marriage. I've seen them do it over and over again. They use things, trigger things, personal things, and pretend that they care about them in order to further their own agenda and kind of validate whatever position they're standing on. So it drives me nuts to see them do it. I think it's incredibly irresponsible. I wonder sometimes if some of these influencers are getting paid to do it, to further divide. It drives me nuts. I think it's also morally wrong. And one of the things I'm tired of seeing all the time is that people think taking away guns is the issue. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think that one thing that America has, America doesn't have, that every other country has, is we don't have universal health care. And with universal health care in other countries, they have access to mental health care. And I can tell you from a lot of my friends, they have a difficult time, even with insurance, getting a therapist. They have a difficult time paying for mental health care medications. So when you have insurance that you're paying out the nose for, and you still can't get mental health care here in the United States, but every other country has access to that, they make sure their people are taken care of. There is no stigma. Mm. And a lot of other countries have a high gun ratio in their countries, and they're not having the shootings we are having. Then I feel like the responsibility of these shootings is lying elsewhere. And it's probably not just one issue. It's probably not just mental health. It's the media, the social media, the divide, in addition to lack of mental health care also.
Before Billy Ray, you jump in, I want to read this tweet, and this is the one that really upset me, and I don't know why it affected me so much, but I want to read it, and I want to see what you guys feel about it. I don't know if you can see, you could probably see it on screen here, but this is from what's his name? Cenk Uygur. Mm-hmm. This is the guy for the TYT or whatever the hell the show is called. It says right wing seems to celebrating. He didn't say this correctly. Seems to celebrating that that the Nashville shooter was trans, as if that vindicates him. What the fuck, WTF? Doesn't that prove that maybe you guys shouldn't bully people about who they are? I don't know what the hell. If you think the answer is more bullying, you've missed the point and are probably a terrible person. So this comes off of people being shot by this person that was identified as transgender. Where's the right wing come from this, and who's celebrating? Because I wasn't celebrating.
Okay, so I can understand a little bit of where he's coming from with that. I have seen people say, oh God, the shooter was trans. The story is going to disappear in 5 seconds because the media doesn't like that when the shooter's trans. Mm-hmm. So I've seen people write that, and I don't know if that's taken as how he intended for that to be. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone's celebrating a shooting. So I really don't. I don't know. What's your take on it, Billy?
Yeah, I really want to hear from Billy Ray to see what he thinks.
Well, I agree with April in large part. I kind of understand where the guy's coming from, right? I see. The thing is, right, that the Young Turks are liberals. You know, that's the point that they're arguing, and so they, you know, they're pro LGBT and trans and all this other stuff. And one thing I heard somebody say it the other day, and it affected me. I was like, they're absolutely right, because we get divided down party lines and down like different ideals, and we start weaponizing the argument. But in all actuality, right, you know, the people on the left, whether we agree with them or not, they're well-meaning, I think, in some of this stuff. They want to be inclusive and they want to help, right? And I think the people on the right are the same way. They are also well-meaning, right? And they're trying to, you know, have the population grow and maybe get some help because of gender dysphoria, stuff like that, right? This is what they believe, and that's what the left believes. They all believe different things. They're all coming from a good place for the most part, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So when the Young Turks, you know, and they put this out, and, you know, the right is quick to weaponize an argument. So is the left, right? And the left is, and that's what they're doing right now. They're taking it and saying, well, it seems as if the right is celebrating that there is a trans shooter, right, that went out and did this. And then they say, why would you be celebrating that? Doesn't that justify our argument that more bullying to these people actually turns into tragedy? So maybe you shouldn't bully. Like, that's what the guy from the Young Turks is saying. So
right,
I kind of get that. I don't.
But why throw out the you know, conservatives?
Because this is divisive politics. This is what it is.
That's what. Yeah, they're blaming. Right. Blame.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Go ahead, April. What's up?
No. They're saying that there's a reason this person shot up some kids and some adults, and it's because they were bullied. Instead of saying this person had some mental issues, instead of owning it and saying there were some issues here, they're blaming, as we always do, and dividing.
Right.
So, and the reason schools are often shot up is because the most shootings happen where they're in gun-free zones. This is fact. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. The majority of shootings happen in gun-free zones. So New York is mostly gun-free. That's why there are so many shootings there. Schools are gun-free.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of the idea of mandatory arming of every household, every school. Right. Arm everyone, teach them how to use it, just like they did in Switzerland. Arm everyone, because would you break into a house or a school knowing that every motherfucker had a gun and they all know how to use it?
Probably not.
Right. Good.
Yeah. The solution's actually more guns.
I don't disagree with you either. Right. And I don't like guns. I'm not a gun person. Right. But I understand the right for people to have them.
Then why you be packing? How come you be packing heat in the hood, yo?
Because I have to, especially after you robbed my house several times.
Shut up.
That was just some drugs.
Yeah. Yeah. I stole some Tylenol.
For your foot.
So you know, I agree with you. I think that the answer to this, right, is really simple. Is if I was running a state, be like, you know what? everybody in my school. First off, get some armed guards in every freaking school right now.
I agree with that. Yep.
All the teachers, all of them, mandatory
armed.
weapons training, and you get to have one. That's it.
Yeah, they say there's no money for that.
Bullshit.
But we can send it to Ukraine.
Right. There's tons of
there's plenty of money for that.
Everything. But on the flip side, right, as I also sympathize with what some of the liberals are saying. I don't agree, but I can sympathize when they're like,
right.
Something needs to be done. So they don't look at more guns as the answer. They look at taking away the guns, right? But if we're gonna take away the guns, in my opinion, take it away from everybody. Everybody gets to have them, or no one gets to have them.
Right.
That's it.
And
no
that's
one.
Impossible.
And by no one, I mean the cops. And cops in Britain don't have guns. All right. That's just the way it is. So it can be done. So you take them away from everybody, or no one gets to have them. Either everybody has them or no one has them. That's it. That's the way I look at it.
I feel like that's a fair thing. You make it level the playing field across if you're gonna, you can't call for disarming Americans while you have a president standing there calling for disarming Americans while he's got armed guards standing behind him with AK-47s.
It's hypocritical.
So you just you can't.
How do you feel about this movement now by the LGBTQ community stating now that they feel, and this is off of multiple reports and stuff, that LGBTQ should start arming themselves and start carrying weapons?
NPR ordered on that.
They have every right to arm themselves as anybody else.
But wait a second. Isn't that a contradiction for what they've been fighting against over the last, especially since the pandemic, but I'd push back almost 10 years or more than that.
Oh, more than that.
The liberal side is very anti-gun. And
they're anti-gun until it happens to them.
Well, here's the thing. My argument is this. And this is my argument.
Just like everybody's pro-life until their fucking kid gets knocked up. Then it's like, where's the abortion clinic?
He sucked.
I'm serious.
This is my genuine argument, guys, about nobody having guns. And I get it. I get what you're saying, Billy Ray Valentine.
Yeah.
But this is what happens. Okay. They take away guns from the cops. They take away your ability to have guns as a member of society. Right. Guess what? The bad guys don't follow the rules. So they will have guns.
Yes.
And the cops will not have guns, and we will not have guns. So I am more of I agree with April. I think you should train. And when I say train, not a 4-week course. I'm talking about extensive training on how to handle a gun, how to clean a gun, how to load a gun, when to use a gun. You have to go to the shooting range at least, I would say.
You can learn how to do all that in a couple of days.
But what I'm saying is that if you are going to mandate people or say, all right, you guys can all have guns, you're working in a school, I think that you need a refresher course, because I don't want Miss Swabinski, who's 86 years old and teaching English, with her hands shaking like, holding a gun. No, if you cannot manage a gun, if you can't have a weapon to protect your classroom, maybe perhaps you need to move on. Just like an older person that shouldn't be driving behind the wheel. How come they don't let old people drive? Certain, like once they hit a certain age or they don't pass the eye test. That's all I'm saying.
There's a couple of comments there. Like, okay, so Gen X, I want to say we all know how to use guns. We were taught, that was just gun culture. Like, we learned how to use guns. We took them to school. So
what kind of school did you go to?
The same school everybody else went to. We had ROTC. We had shooting clubs. We literally had shooting clubs. We
didn't have that in the city. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Oh, well, I went to the city and the country because my dad was military. We had shooting clubs. We had ROTC. We had live weapons that we were expected to bring to school with us. Kids had gun racks on their trucks, and they had guns on their trucks. So it was like not a big deal. We didn't have shootings. So we didn't start having shootings until the height of social media and till media got crazy. But our generation had guns everywhere. We all knew how to use them. Our parents taught us how to use them. We could load the clips. We knew how to do everything. We also had the fear of God put into us to not touch them. And we didn't have shootings and craziness and issues. It was very rare, if it happened at all. So you have a generational gap there where for some reason we went from guns are part of their life, just it's like having milk in the fridge, to guns are bad. Okay. So I don't know what happened there, but as soon as guns became bad, people started shooting each other.
Billy Ray, before you retort, Aaron Ben Shlomo says, here in Israel, you need a month training to prove that you are sane, and also have a record in the army to have a gun. Billy Ray, you have any thought process? Or I'm sorry, April.
Well, there is no retort. I mean, I agree with April. I just offered the flip side of it. If you're going to do it, you got to take away all of them, right? And that may not be very realistic, right? But that's the only other alternative I see. Either you arm everybody or take them all away. You can't take away from some and others have them, right? You just can't do that, right? In my opinion. But most importantly, what I want to point out is that I would hope, and I know this is very hard to do. It's hard for me to do. It's just hard to do. When you hear these reports are meant to be divisive, something like the Young Turks.
Good point.
Don't get triggered by it, right?
Unintended.
See it for what it is, right? See it for what it is. They're trying to invoke emotion, and they're trying to keep you attached to that page or that site because of the emotion that it invokes, right?
And advertising dollars.
Exactly. They're trying to keep you there for whatever reason, or just manipulate your mind. So just because it says something that you don't sympathize with, don't attack them. Don't go just be like, oh, okay. Keep it right on moving. Don't fall for the divisive politics here, the politics of emotion and the mental manipulation, the psychological operations. Like, just don't. And it's really hard to do. But that's the main thing I want everybody to take out of it.
Can you put Aaron's comment back up?
Which one? The one
he said, as far as school shootings, we had a problem of terrorists entering our schools, so we had to have more protection. So they put more guns in the schools. See? Do you see? The solution is more guns, not fewer, because they understand in his country that the bad guys are not going to get rid of their guns.
They're not going to follow the rules.
So
That's why they're bad guys.
level the playing field by arming up, leveling up. So
all of that would stop from one day to the next if every school was armed to the T.
Yeah.
Good. It's
churches, all of it.
It's as simple as going into a bodega or a corner store, as you would say, and knowing that the owner has a giant shotgun behind the counter. More than likely, I think the percentage of somebody walking in with a knife or a gun to rob the said corner store or liquor store, I think goes down exponentially. So,
like I said, are you going to rob a house when you know that every single house has a gun and they all know how to use it?
I'm sorry to kick it off this way, but this was bothering me in the beginning. I know you have other topics, but this was a big one, and it was annoying me. And I think talking to you guys kind of brought me down a little bit. I'm serious. I'm dead serious, like Tony Khan says. But anywho,
maybe you don't need a gun if you have a gnome.
I love gnome. That one kind of looks like Yosemite. Is it Yosemite? Yeah, Yosemite Sam, just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. They all do.
Which one? I like that.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
That's how
serious. These little guys, you see them everywhere. They're like a little statement here in the United States now, right?
Yeah.
So they are cute, right? They're probably going to go in and out of style so fast. But
what are they like?
Can I show you my gnome?
No, not at all. So
you have a gnome?
Yeah, I want to show it to you guys. Is that cool?
Yeah. What do you got? What do you have? Share. I have them for everything.
If he pulls his pants off, I'm going to be pissed off.
So my grandfather was Swedish, and these have been around forever. They are part of a Swedish thing. So there's your little.
Oh, that's so cute. I like that.
This has been a Swedish tradition, or really a European thing for a long time. So I thought I would, because a lot of people don't know, they're called tomtgnomes, and the origin is in Sweden, and they are little protectors. So I'll wait till he gets back. But basically, what do you got? You have a gnome. Yes. So I was saying that they're called tomtgnomes, and or Tomte. And they originated in Sweden. They've been around for a very long time. They're part of the culture like Lucha Libre is to Mexico. We only got it We only got that kind of style in the United States X amount of years ago. That has existed in Mexico for generations and generations. Same thing with these gnomes, and they are protectors. So they are the theory is that they will protect your house. Tomt means homestead, so it protects your homestead and your farm.
The hell's that?
It's
Did you
a
see
kitty
that?
cat.
Is that a cat?
You got a kitty cat.
Yeah, that's Zeus.
So I'll read it to you. It's an essential part of Scandinavian folklore. So he's dedicated to the home and the farm, looking out for the farm animals and children, pattering about by night unseen to check on everyone's welfare. So it's also been said that the gnomes carry the souls of your ancestors to look out after you and take care of you. So gnomes and dwarves are like a big thing in Scandinavian culture.
Billy Ray, where did you get your note? I told April off, when you walked away, I was not hoping that
you were hoping. I heard your stupid ass comment, and I'm sure you were hoping some nonsense like that.
Why are you always yelling at me?
Somebody has to.
Oh, well, anyway, where'd you get your gnome, and what did you know about the background?
No, I didn't know about the background. I just really like gnomes. Thank you for that, April. So I've been trying to. I live in an apartment here in the Bronx. But I've been telling my wife for years. I'm like, when we get a house, I'm getting a gnome or several. And
like garden gnomes?
There you go.
Right. And she's like, no, you're not doing that. That's ridiculous. I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm like, we're going to do it. It's going to be great. And I'm going to hide them. It's going to be a whole thing. And years and years and years. And then she finally, I don't know what happened, but finally gets into it. And she bought a Christmas gnome. We put him away. We named him Nomeo. And now we have an Easter gnome. So she went and got this one. We have another one also, a smaller one, and they're on our fireplace. So we're getting a gnome for every season. Now that she's on board, it's still good to go.
It's the easiest way to decorate your house. And Aaron says the problem with your country is that you think the world is made of fairies. Well, in reality, sometimes guns are the solution, as bad people want to kill. Yeah, I think we got deeper problems than fairies. I'm going to start off with like hot dogs.
It's the gnomes. It's their fault.
we have a lot of problems in this country.
Fairies
aren't the only problem. But yeah, as long as we're grounded in some reality about the bad guys and trying to, stay in reality there. I also think in addition to being armed, something else we need to learn is how to stay armed and not have our firearm taken from us and used on us. So knowing some basic self-defense is also important. So it's really embarrassing if somebody takes your gun from you and uses it on you.
And smacks you with it, yeah.
Yes. So there's that. So I just want to say hi to everybody who got in here late. Hi, Chuck. Hi, everyone.
April.
Chuck works for the airlines. He said, I remember after September 11th, he says pilots wanted to be armed. A U.S. air pilot accidentally fired out the side of a plane after he landed as he was getting out of his seat. Is that from lack of knowing how to? Is that from
lack of training, lack of sleep?
Yeah,
could
right.
Have been anything. Could have had a bad day.
Yeah.
I mean, but April, I almost forgot to mention. So we had to talk about this on air and off air, and I know we're jumping around real quick, but remember how we talked about changing the time?
Yes.
I'm thinking 7 p.m.
I like 7 p.m.
I think that's the sweet spot. Hey, guys in the chat right now, guys and gals in the chat, how about we do 7 p.m.? Maybe what? You want to start next week, 7 p.m.?
Wait a minute. For the show? For the A show?
Yeah.
Can we talk about how this works with freeworld.fm and maybe work it out that way? If you guys are going to move the time before you guys make any decisions? Ultimately, it's what you guys want to do. But if you
I would
guys
love to go to 7 p.m. Let's just give it a couple of weeks to transition more smoothly.
Let's put a pin in it. Let's put a pin in it. But I think it's best for us to move to the evening because a lot of the people jump in later. A lot of people are traveling, coming home from work, so on and so forth. And a lot of people seem right now, they're like 6:30, 7 p.m. They like that. So let's talk about that. Billy Ray, we can talk about that off air and our extensive and very lucrative contracts we will be signing with Free World FM.
Yeah, since you brought up Free World FM, let's talk about that. What is going on? Why don't you tell us about it? Because I know you're having Laurie and I on to do our show, Red Talks.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's a collection of alternative media hosts that are gonna come together and do shows out of this one platform. For because of the media censorship and then the censorship on all platforms that don't belong to us. Right. I figured we'd build one that belongs to us and that we can operate from and hopefully it's like a central base of operations in the event that we can no longer broadcast through Twitch or we can't do it on YouTube anyway, but I mean things like this, so we created a freeworld.fm. April is going to be on, thank the Lord, and I want to get the A show to be on it. I don't know how we're going to work out
boobies. Sorry, when she bounces those things, John Cena just goes crazy. Boobies.
But yeah, that's what it is, and we're it's slow. It's a slow grind, but we're getting there. The thing is, it's me and like 2 other people working on this, and everybody's incredibly busy. Plus, we don't know what we're doing. We're figuring it out as we go. So we are at, I would say, 98% right now, which is dope, which means it's going to happen. So on Friday, not on Friday, I think on Sunday at some point before WrestleMania, we're going to get together with some people. Hopefully April can make it, and we're going to try to do on-air test.
When's that?
On Sunday. I haven't given you a time yet. I don't know.
Wait, this Sunday?
Yeah. I think it was this Sunday or this Sunday or this Saturday. I told you. I forgot. I sent you a message. We can
you were gonna let me know when?
I sent you a message. We spoke about
when?
it.
No, I didn't.
It's on your text. At some point. But if we can't make it this time, we'll make it next time.
Hey, Billy Ray.
I'll make it work.
Or did I tell you that we were going to do it and never give you time?
There you go. That sounds more like
that's what it was. Yeah, because if I would, yeah.
So we're doing it this weekend, but if you can't make it this weekend, we can always make it some other time. It's not mandatory for anything. It's not going to be the last time. But that's the phase that we're on right now, is testing people to make sure they know what to do when they go out on air. So that's it. It's going to be like 2 seconds. So
can I do some pre-recorded stuff like you're listening to Free World FM?
Sure, that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want April to do one. I'm gonna have everybody do one hey, this is April Hunter, and you're listening to freeworld.fm.
Hey, baby, this is April Hunter.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're listening to Free World FM, where we like to be free.
I just scraped mine on the
Unless
table.
we're being tied to be. Yeah, what?
Unless you're not into that sort of thing. In which case, we got something for you. But anyway.
I can do
unless
one.
you like chains and whips.
You want me to do one for Colin? I can do one for Colin.
Yeah,
hi, you're listening to Free FM, where all the boys have the fun. Would you like that? I could do that for Colin. God damn, April, don't talk like that.
You're funny.
So that's where we're at right now.
Sorry, that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's cool. It's gonna be. We have tons of people coming on April. Like I said, Ray and Colin are supposed to do a show at some point. Ben Hameen is going to be on.
This is just audio. This is audio, right? Because
it's all audio until we turn video, baby. We're not doing. We don't have the capacity to do that yet, but we're planning. We're building towards that. Ben Hameen is doing a show. It's called the Lone Gunman. Mm-hmm. That's going to be dope. Maybe Stevie Richards later on, God willing, if he feels up to it. Reverend Charlie Robinson and me and
Billy Ray, can you stop talking for 1 minute?
Boobies.
And we serious like a lake period.
Thank you for the biddies. You guys know you get titties for biddies. So if you throw them, you get them. So thank you.
So wait a second. I thought we were doing the A show on this thing.
Apparently we are.
Trying to get that to happen. I mean, April is doing a completely different show.
Yeah, but April could be on more than one show.
I
can't do a show with Colin on there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I get a bad rep.
What's up, Colin? How you doing?
Colin broke up with us both. He dumped us both.
Colin goes sit on an egg, a hard-boiled one at that. No, I'm kidding. I love Colin.
So that's it. That's all I got.
No, that's great. So yeah, when it's ready to go, we will definitely let people know that we're going to be over there too.
Yeah, it's going to be dope, man. Go over to freeworld.fm right now. There's a landing page there, and you just type in your email address, and we'll let you know when we're ready to launch.
Are you serious? We already have one? So is it freeworld.fm?
Freeworld.fm.
Oh, .fm.
Yes.
FM.
He's kind of dense, April. Have you noticed this lately?
Sh-
Since
You
you've been
shut
doing a
your
show
mouth.
with him for
He's my producer. I think he's wonderful.
Thank you, April, and also extremely handsome. Look, there you go. Free World FM
Yeah.
launching
There it
soon.
is.
So we're gonna type in
the alternative to the alternative, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're
let me
doing.
see. Colin likes dudes at gmail.com. That's his email.
At grinder.com.
Grindr. Hey, we'll do that later.
All
So,
right.
that's how you can click over real quick. Don't lose us, but click over and add your email address over there, and so you can stay updated as to some other really good podcasts.
Dope.
Yep. I'm
Cool.
gonna put the link right here in the chat. So
Speaking of bands, it's a good transition to talk about your opinion on this proposed ban on TikTok. So I have thoughts.
yeah, how you gonna TikTok, April?
I don't TikTok.
Oh,
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should. But
I think you fucking should. Why aren't you I thought you were in TikTok.
No, I got my name on there. I reserved my name, but honestly, there's so many things and so many inboxes already, so much to keep up with. Start feeling overwhelmed. There's 14 different inboxes.
That's why I stopped
deal with.
TikToking. I don't TikTok. It's just too much.
I just didn't want to do it. I grab my name on Snapchat. I don't touch that. I just try to get my stuff and leave it alone. I have just Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Fuck off. So, but and by the way, it's real April Hunter, I think, on all of those. So, but I don't use it. I understand that China uses it. I understand the guy who owns TikTok is incredibly good-looking Chinese guy that people are thirsting for.
Is he really?
Yeah.
What's his name? Do you know?
I don't know.
He's the owner or the CEO of TikTok?
I do not know. They just
He's
put a
the
picture up
CEO.
and they were talking about everybody kind of drooling over him.
I'll take a look. I'll be the judge of that. God damn it!
Of
I-
course you are.
Oh, you'll be the judge. Okay.
Right.
So
There he is. I got him. Go ahead,
Okay.
keep talking. I'm gonna bring
go
him. Up.
ahead, share it.
Let's see what this guy looks like.
April, let
Jesus.
us know if he's good looking or not.
All right, ready? Here we go. This fucking guy. Come on, him?
Make a bigger picture.
Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me just move this about. If I move this over,
Do you
his
have
picture-
other
Yeah,
pictures of him?
How about I just go? There you go.
there he
Find
is.
another one.
All right. How about that?
That's it. It's
Yeah,
not.
he's nice looking.
He's not nice looking. Don't you know what makes him look nice?
What?
That fat giant wallet he's sitting on. He got two of them. That's why
He's not an unattractive man.
he's not an ugly dude. But this guy,
I don't know. I think you can make
There
an
you go.
argument that he's an ugly.
I don't
dude.
know if he was the one though. There was another. I think.
Nah,
there
he's
was
the one. He's
No,
the,
this
he's
is
the
him.
one. That's the
That's
guy.
him.
this is
Okay.
he. So I'm just.
There
Oh
you go.
it's
God,
not bad. I
no,
mean, it's not.
bro. He
I
looks
don't
like
know.
he looks like the left side of my nut. Are you serious? This guy's not
Hey, that's a
attractive.
good. If they think he's good looking, then they probably think we're good looking too, right? So that's a good deal.
Oh,
Right
dude,
there. That this is not. He's not an unattractive man.
I didn't say he was unattractive. I'm just saying
If
that.
if someone described me and said, he's not an unattractive man, I would take offense to that.
Right. It's like, well, he's
Well, he's not
he's kind of
super
good
obvious.
looking.
Okay, I'm just
Oh,
gonna
what's
say.
that?
There you go. Put that on.
Hey,
That's
look at
good
this
for
guy.
ratings.
Oh,
Get that
Biden.
off. Get that
Hell
off. Get that
yeah.
off. Go
That
back to the
handsome
booty.
piece
It's
of
good for
shit.
ratings. No, I don't know. My standards are weird. I'm used to looking at a bunch of half naked guys that are all jacked and good looking.
Buff and
Yeah,
jet
so is
right,
Colin.
exactly.
It's kind of ruined me. I'm just now I go for personality. It's are you funny? Can you laugh at things? Are you ready to burn this motherfucker down if the government comes after us? These are my requirements to date.
Yeah.
So,
fine.
no, but
You all have a shot.
yes.
Are you
yes,
ready
there
to
you go.
burn this motherfucker down?
Are you ready
No.
to burn this place down? No.
Exit
So
stage left. Good.
I think that going after TikTok is a real problem. And if you haven't read what's involved in this proposed legislation, it's not good. It's very vague. It leaves a lot of things open. And if they are to ban TikTok, whether you love it or hate it, it would be a very bad precedent for every other social media out there. And I
How
think
so-
they
how
would
so?
use that. Well, we're not a country of morals, right? We're a country of laws, and each law builds on the next thing.
Mhm.
So, such is the case for banning abortion. 20 years ago, they wanted to persecute Scott Peterson as a double murderer. So they named the fetus, they gave it personhood in that trial with Lacey Peterson. Now they use personhood to roll back abortion laws. So when you use law, you can use the precedents to pass other laws. That's just the way America works, unfortunately. So if you are going to allow a TikTok ban to happen, and it has all this vague language in there that allows them to ban other things, well, say they don't like Elon Musk because he's allowing all this quote unquote misinformation, which is real information, on Twitter, right? And it is even being proposed that we are going to move from mainstream media. They're going to leave. People are going to stop watching mainstream media, and they're going to be getting their news from Twitter.
And it's been happening.
It's the most accurate. That's probably the most accurate source if you know how to take it, how to read it, how to weed through the bullshit, right?
Sure.
So what's going to happen to the advertisers? I mean, fucking Pfizer sponsors that, right? Pfizer sponsors every single news channel, I believe, and all the big pharma companies do. So Pfizer and the government are in bed together. Also, the government owns the 6 news networks, or they own all the news networks, but they can't touch certain things as far as social media. Well, we all know they bought Meta. Meta's owned by them. So that's Instagram and Facebook, but they're not able to touch Twitter. So ban TikTok, and that sets a precedent to ban Twitter.
You think so? Billy Ray, what do you think?
I think the guy, the TikTok CEO, who's the sexiest man alive, apparently, I think he did a really good job.
I'm so sexy.
You know what?
I'm too sexy for my network.
Boobies. She hates this one, but this is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, here it comes.
She showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Hey, Billy Ray, I'm sorry.
No, man, you're good, man. Boobies, right?
Hell yeah.
No, I think he did a good job at explaining everything, you know. And one thing that he did that I found most fascinating was he said, with all due respect, and he said it this way, you know, with all due respect to America and the American government or whatever, he's like, you guys aren't very good at keeping privacy on these social media sites like Facebook, he said, and Instagram. And then he cited Cambridge Analytica. He said the Cambridge Analytica leak that everybody got, that they got all this information from Facebook. I was like, oh my God, this guy, you know, perfect. You know, that he did say that. I think it's counterproductive to ban TikTok at this point because so many people are making a living off of it here in the United States. It's a source of income for a lot of people, right? And it's just, I've never been on TikTok. You know, I've seen TikTok stuff on Instagram, but I've never actually been on TikTok. So I don't know how it works or anything like that. The thing is, right, and I understand the perspective of the you know, conservative right? I mean, they hate China, but the laws in China are made in such a way that if TikTok wanted to stop them from getting the information that they wanted, they can't, right? There's no way of stopping the Chinese government from getting that information if they want it. They're not currently, there's no evidence that they're currently doing that they're currently trying to get any information from TikTok. But there is, you know, if you're skeptical enough or if you're worried enough of the Chinese government, you're going to be like, well, there's only a matter of time before they do want to get this information and use it and weaponize it. Thing is, this information is used and weaponized by our own government, you know, and so they take it and use it against us as it is, you know. So it's a bit of a smoke screen. It's a bit of a limited hangout, in my opinion. But I think you're also very right. If they ban TikTok, there's no telling what else is going to get banned on the strength of that.
Oh,
back to you, Ray.
No, I really didn't have. I was looking things up, but all right. But in all seriousness, with I get what you're saying with the banning of TikTok. What happened, Billy Ray? Did you get my text?
Yeah, you fool. Anyway, go ahead.
With the banning,
are you guys sending each other dick pictures again?
No, not again. That never happened.
Ever. No, again. Come on, Billy Ray, stop it. Anyway, with the banning of TikTok, I do agree that it opens a door to ban other platforms, but they will not ban other platforms that are owned by the 6 networks. So Facebook will always be there.
Yes.
Instagram will always be there. The one that we're worried about is probably Twitter. And that's the one that I believe I have the most fun on Twitter, to be honest with you, out of all the other social.
I like Instagram.
I like Instagram as well. I do enjoy it, but I do like Twitter a lot because it allows you to legitimately reach out to anyone.
True.
At any point in time.
Yeah,
you could
true.
send a tweet to former President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And he might actually see it and reply to you.
That's true. Yeah, there's no private accounts or anything.
Right.
Like
or
that.
your favorite baseball player or your favorite any athlete or performer or whatever. It's kind of cool. You can send a tweet to at Real April Hunter right now. And she may send you a picture of boobies. And that would be amazing.
or direct you to the podcast where you can see me flex them.
Right. Or you could subscribe to April at patreon.com/April Hunter.
Yeah,
if you want. I mean, that would be great.
Absolutely.
And what's your OnlyFans gimmick?
That's also April Hunter, I think. Yeah, I'm on there less frequently, but
you don't
it's April
know?
Hunter. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not porn, so don't get super excited. It's like cosplay and physique modeling and boobs. But
April, not for nothing.
Yeah, OnlyFans April Hunter.
See, my wife doesn't get this. She doesn't understand this. My wife, so I love my wife. You guys know I always talk about her, and I love her boobs. They're 2 of my favorite things on this earth. Now, with that being said, she never understood that I like her wearing more before we. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, the imagination.
Yes.
That's one of the things I love about my job is I've gotten to understand the male psyche and how it works. So, like, you have a foot fetish guy, right?
Like
Billy
fetish
Ray. Men.
You're a foot fetish guy, right, Billy Ray?
Foot fetish men like closed toe shoes.
Yeah.
Because the fun is having you take the shoes off.
April, lean into the mic and say it sexy. Go ahead. Yeah.
The guys who like feet.
Oh, God.
They want you to wear closed toe shoes so
Slow
they
down.
Can get a little peek there.
Slow down, April.
So speaking of stuff, I'm looking at some of the comments. I want to go through some of the comments really fast. So Eva reminded me that Facebook, after all the years of this being a conspiracy theory, this is the time that all the conspiracy theories are happening. Let me rip through a few things. Facebook is now charging $14.99 a month.
Yes.
$14.99 a month to be
verified.
Get your check mark, and allegedly you'll get customer service, which they don't currently offer at all. So I thought that was fascinating. Another thing, I saw Alex Jones, and he was saying that was on Instagram, and he was saying, I thought they could get rid of me, but now everyone's Alex Jones.
Oh, wait.
You're all Alex Jones. I might have sent that to
I'm
you.
here to date your 6-year-old.
It's Alex Jones.
Oh my God. So Bigwig said people should study Goebbels. Goebbels, am I saying that right? Goebbels, Hitler's propaganda guy. He was brilliant. I 100% agree with you.
What is it, Goebbels?
Yeah, Joseph Goebbels.
Goebbels, Goebbels. Yes. I'm not great with German names. Was ist das für einen Scheiße? But
what the fuck did you just say about my penis?
Yeah. So I botched the names, but I always thought we should actually study a lot of the dictators from from Mao to Hitler. I mean, they were able to control people and get them to do what they wanted. So how do you learn how not to be manipulated and to recognize manipulation tactics? Is to study what they do. So, but we like to sit there and say, oh, no, that's bad. So that we never learn the process that happens in order to recognize a dictatorship that's coming our way.
It's so funny. I have a friend. He's actually become a good friend, and he wrote a book. It's a bestseller called "This Is the Voice." His name is John Colapento. He's actually a resident in the building that I work in. We became actually really close. I actually got a mention in that book because I had expressed to him. Like we were just talking, and I was explaining to him how in pro wrestling, being able to convince somebody that you are this character, or being able to talk like Stone Cold or The Rock or Hulk Hogan or guys like that, Ric Flair. And also I tie that into politics, how people like Donald Trump, or people like Adolf Hitler were able to, I'm not saying they're the same people, but people like that were able to manipulate or mold your way of thinking just by, the charisma or the way you speak. And that's what this book is all about. I'm not putting it over just to put it over, but I think
it's funny how you got to sit there and say that a million times. Like, I'm trying to be careful of that because society is so fragile.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that he's Hitler.
They can't actually understand your words for what they are. They're just going to hear a certain thing and go with this knee-jerk trigger reaction. Oh my God, he said Hitler. Oh my God, he's a horrible person. No, that's not what we're saying, stupid motherfuckers. So we're saying learn. Okay, you can learn from all things,
right?
So, and Kappel and Weber, am I saying that right? So thank you very much, you're very sweet. He said serious question, how do you manage to maintain such good looks while other women who are much younger have hit the wall? I have really good lighting.
Oh man,
bullshit,
really good lighting.
Bullshit, dude. I said this shit, it's funny,
good lighting, good makeup.
Stop talking.
I'm not that good looking. I'm just a really great artist.
Bullshit. So Billy Ray, last week I was telling April, because I was looking at some of her old wrestling shit, and I was like, shit, I feel that April looked better now than she did back then.
Oh,
I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is.
Thank you though. Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely, it's all hitting. Yeah. Chuck says good genetics. It's probably good genetics. And honestly, I didn't have children, right? So when you don't have children, you don't have the stress. Two things. You don't have the stress of children, and then you don't have a constant reminder around getting bigger and taller and older, reminding you that you're also getting older. So I believe that when you forget that you're supposed to age, you don't age, because your brain tells your body what to do. So if you kind of live in like a little time capsule without anybody reminding you that time's going by, you just kind of age in place or something. I don't know.
Let me tell you something, War Demon. I could tell April that because she's my friend. All right, brother. Watch this. Check this. Watch this, War Demon. Hey, Billy Ray. Stop. Shut the hell up.
Okay.
See? Now you guys can do it too to me. Go ahead, try it. Try it. I dare you.
No.
Shut the fuck up,
April.
Ray.
April looks great, man. everybody knows that April looked great back in the day. You look great now, and so it's probably genetics. It's probably the only.
It's probably genetics.
Thank you. Yeah, someone says April needs a man, then she'll look haggard. Oh yeah, that's probably
true.
Dude.
I'll
just follow up.
Right. Yeah.
No, you know what? Honestly, I walk around here. I have my hair in a bun, no makeup on, and boxer shorts. So you're not necessarily wrong. So.
When are we going to get to the relationship stuff?
Let's do it now.
Yeah, I want to do that because that sounds like a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of a man, this is kind of funny. Well, it's not funny. It was just an observation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on the dating app, right? Which I hate. And I'll be honest with you. If I find like one or two people I'm talking to, I get off the app because I feel like I'm trying to explore if there's a real connection there, and I can't do it. I can't do it if there's constantly a thing like this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So if I actually find somebody I click with, I put the app down. I don't even do it this way, but I stop. I just abandon whatever. Just
you stop talking to everybody else, and you.
I do because it's just me. Like I can't. Right. I don't like keeping track of 7,000 different conversations.
Damn, you had 7,000 people reaching out to you?
Yes, I do. I'm not fucking cool. So, these titties, it's no, but I don't like keeping I don't like doing it. I don't like repeating myself a million times, trying to remember who I said what to, saying the same stories over and over again. I just don't like it. So if, like I said, if there's one or two people, I will just, so if I'm between, there's nobody I'm talking to, I'll go 3 to 5 people. And when I get to where I'm just Xing people, I feel like I'm doing like man shopping on Amazon. Chowny man, what's up? And I get off of the app because I just feel like it's so dehumanizing. So I noticed that Facebook now offers a friendship option too. Because two different women offer they sent me friend requests through the dating app.
Oh, you can just find friends.
Yes, yeah. So
without benefits, you have to click the without benefits button.
Right. So this one girl who lives apparently like not too far from me, she sent me through the dating app. She sent me the version of the friend request where you just instead of a heart, it's a smile. Oh. So we started talking. So you can pop over and look at their friend section, which is the same thing. It's still their dating profile, but now you're looking as a friend. And apparently everybody I filtered out, like people that were shorter than I am or not in the age range that I chose. It's male and female. They all ended up in that friend section. So I was like, wow, this is the friend zone area, right? So I'm looking at people like in my area and I'm like, oh, this person likes Ren Fairs. Oh, this person's da-da-da. Oh, they like the same kind of music. And I'm like, swiping. I'm like, oh, okay, it's cool. They can be friends I would be friends with them. Oh, they smoke, they have kids, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it's funny when I'm looking at romantic matches, I'm over there going, oh, young kids, I don't know. Oh, he's a smoker. I don't know. Oh, this, oh, that. He's a heavy drinker. It says that alcohol, yes, frequently. I'm like, oh, I don't know. So it struck me, and I had this conversation with a few people, how hard we are when we're looking for romantic relationships and how our standards are different and we're so stringent, but with our friends, we're just like, oh, you got to get off the phone because you got to handle your kids. You go outside and have a smoke break. You're unreliable because you're drunk on a Friday night. We still love you because you're you, whatever.
Oh, Billy Ray.
So,
awesome.
So we're so like chill with our friends and like, maybe they don't return texts right away. Maybe they don't return them till next week,
Oh, that's definitely Billy Ray. He's laughing.
I'm saying, like you write to them, you don't hear from them. Maybe they don't return your call. And we don't start flipping out on them.
Sound familiar, buddy?
We don't start going like,
everybody flips out on me.
Who were you with? Why didn't you blah, 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 blah. We don't do that.
Interesting.
So it's a really, and friendships can expand and contract. You can not see somebody, they move away, they take another job, they have a baby, and then you finally get back together and you pick up where you left off. Or maybe you outgrow each other, but theoretically, they're on the road, maybe they're a truck driver, whatever. They are a circus performer, they come back, you pick up where you leave off. But you can't do that. These are things you can't do and won't tolerate with romantic relationships. And it just
Can I ask you though, and I'll ask Billy Ray too, whichever one of you guys want to answer first. See, I found that my best relationships ever have always started off with a friendship.
Yes, and 100%.
Like Billy Ray, when you were on Grindr that first time, right? And you found what was his name? Steve? No, not the same guy.
Bob.
No.
Yes, Bob.
No, it was Khalil.
When it was Bob, yeah.
I got you into black dudes. No, but all seriousness, Billy Ray, when you started dating your wife, right? Now, by the way, me and Billy Ray, I'll just speak for myself. My wife is way out of my league. And I'll speak for Billy Ray too. Your wife is way out of your league too. But all that being said, how did you like establish a close relationship with your wife? Like, were you guys really cool friends first? Or did you guys find passionate love in each other's eyes? And
I've been with my wife, for the record, for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we were.
But you're 26. How the fuck is that possible?
Since high school.
Oh.
No, we weren't friends at all. My wife came up to me, and
she said, "I like your junk, man."
Yeah, dude.
You
have a handsome penis.
To a large extent, that's what happened.
A large extent. Sorry, I don't have a drum thing.
But no, she came up to me and she was like, that she liked me, right? She thought I was cute, and that was it. So we were never friends. We were together from day one. There wasn't even a real courtship. It wasn't like I had to do something to it. It was just like, oh, you like me, great. I like you. Done. Right. And we started dating like immediately, almost instantly. So and it just happened.
In the process of dating, did you become close friends though?
I mean, nobody knows me as well as she does.
What I'm asking is, did your friendship, because you're married now,
it's
obviously.
different. Like April said, it's really different. The dynamic between a friend and a relationship. When I'm there are certain things that I will tolerate from friends that I will not tolerate from someone I'm in a relationship with, right? And that's just the way it is,
right?
So no, like I mean, that phrase is used often, right? Oh, you want them to be your best friend, and that's cool, but ultimately that comes second to the relationship. You're still in a relationship. You're not going to tolerate from your partner what you would from your actual best friend.
Like, do we really want them to be our best friend? I mean, I know what you're saying, but do we really want that?
Right. I mean, go ahead, Ray.
No, I just got to jump in because I think it is different for everybody, because I don't just say this. I mean this. With me and Jen, like, that's my homegirl. Like, I fucking love hanging out with her. And we don't necessarily like the same things, but the things we like, we really fucking enjoy them together. And I hate to be that guy, but there's nobody else I would rather spend my free time with than with her. And she's expressed, and she's a tough cookie. Billy Ray, I'm sure you know, she's a tough cookie. We've been through ups and downs. You know all this.
Yeah.
And we've been through the fire and back. And the truth is that she has expressed the same to me, and I believe her. So I can't see your side of it, because I've experienced that side of it, but I found that when me and Jen started dating, we developed such a tight friendship that even when we broke up several times, which we did, it just strengthened our relationship. Does that make sense or no?
It does. I think it depends on your personality type too.
Billy Ray doesn't get it because he's just an amazing lover. So, she could be mad at him, and I'm just a couple of minutes in the room and boogity bang, bang, bang. I forgive you, Billy Ray. Is that how it works, Billy Ray?
I think, I think that, like you enjoy hanging out with your wife. You enjoy hanging out with your wife, and that's dope, right? But what a freaking idiot. What a goofy.
Hold on.
Oh, God. He makes himself laugh.
I know. It wasn't even that funny. I'm just laughing because he's laughing. He looks like a retarded baby over there.
I just hear this somebody bang bang. I don't know. It's just in my head.
But if Jen doesn't text you back,
sorry, what happened?
If she doesn't text you back, it's gonna be a problem.
No,
if
I know she's with Khalil.
If she goes away and doesn't, are you going to be cool with her being with Khalil? You know what I mean? Like, probably not. So
secrets.
While you want her to be, while you say there's no one you'd rather spend your life, your days with, it's still on a romantic level.
Yeah, I guess
she's not your friend, bro.
But when she has a period, we're not romantic. So I still like hanging out with her then.
Red Wings, baby. Red Wings.
So I mean, I don't think I think there's a lot of things that are romanticized in relationships about what type of connection you should have, with your. I'm trying to explain something. Jesus Christ. What the hell are you laughing at now? What's so funny?
It's the put a bing bing.
What the hell was so funny?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I could just see you, just like, I don't know. Well, not see you.
Why are you picturing me in that manner?
Oh God! Let's move on. All right. Yes. So anyway,
yes, I'm trying to.
I'm an idiot. Yes.
About it.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll stop enjoying life.
Should we go to something less funny?
I will stop. No, because I have another thing to talk about regarding relationships and friendships. But go ahead.
Then stop fucking laughing. Go ahead and say it.
No, that's it. I don't even know where the hell I was going. Go ahead. We'll pick it up later.
Bigwig says when he has period sex, he really feels like he's accomplished something.
Oh my God! No.
I gotta agree. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me just. What about the old? So you see the thumbnail I threw up there, right? Yeah. So just remember that old song. You got what I need.
Bismarcky, man.
Yes. Would you say he's just a friend? Would you say he's just a friend?
Oh baby.
Oh shit.
Oh, hit the high note. Rest
so
in peace.
My question is, let's give some advice because I think I got some like messages on Facebook and stuff about people who they thought they were in a relationship.
I know where this topic is going right now.
Right. They feel like they were going towards that relationship,
Mhm.
and then they get the whole I see you more as a brother.
Mm.
Billy Ray's never gotten that because it's bada bing bing bing, and then it's over. They fall in love.
All right. So what are you saying here?
Idiot. Dingbat, bro. Like,
So
I don't know how
you're
you
talking
do it.
about friend zoning. Are we friend zoning?
Yeah, I'm talking about how do you identify friend zoning if you're a guy or girl?
Okay, so for women, I'll tell you the truth. Like, we know if we're going to sleep with you, literally in the
Oh,
first 5 minutes.
dude, the vet today during the show ended the show with asking me that. He goes, I want you to ask April, and I want you to talk about this.
Okay.
If it's true, whether when you meet a woman, she'll know whether she not necessarily will she sleep with you, but if she can sleep with you, or if she would sleep with you within the first 5 minutes.
Yes. Not we know if we would sleep with you in the first 5 minutes, maybe in the first 2 minutes. We know if it could happen. After that,
Mhm.
you're either fucking it up or the universe is just not, it's not working out. So,
Explain, please go deeper into this because Billy Ray doesn't know what that is because I'm
Okay.
sure he's a Spanish. Remember,
Okay.
he's a Spanish god. So
we see you, right? We're physically attracted to you, or we like you, whatever. There's chemistry there, but your brain falls out of your mouth, or you're an asshole, or we find out you're just a player or whatever, and we're just like, no, So
yeah, but just because somebody's a player doesn't mean you're not attracted to him.
Well, she said that. She said the
Right.
first 2 minutes, she'll know if she will sleep with you. That doesn't mean she's going to. You
Yeah.
screw it up afterwards by revealing certain.
Being a douchebag.
Right. Yeah.
But what about the
So-
opposite, like Billy Ray? Like how do you you ever been like with a friendship with a female, and she's attractive and everything, but you just don't see it there, and then she like makes a move on you or something like that. Like, how do you avoid that situation?
Well, I mean, what do you mean? How do I avoid what situation? Having
God,
women
I forget who we're talking to. The fucking Spanish god.
All right. So like you're in a friendship with a girl,
Mhm.
and she tries to take it to another level, but
Right.
you don't feel that way about her.
So that there's only certain things, right? And this is I'm speaking in generalities, right? There are only certain things that will stop a man from having sex with a woman, even if they're your close friends, right? You could be in a committed relationship and you don't want to mess that up, or you're just not attracted to that woman. If you are attracted to her and she moves on you, odds are it's going to happen.
Right.
You think so?
Come on, Ray. Stop the nonsense.
Yes, 100%.
He
I know.
knows.
It's
He's
not, no.
Yeah. A guy
Bro.
is as faithful as his options.
That's
That's
not
not. See, that's not true.
That is not true.
Trust me.
That is
I can
not
speak for myself, and I can speak for my boy right here.
Right.
Oh, thank God you guys challenged that. I was so glad.
I'm being dead serious. I'm not.
Yeah.
Leave it like this. I'm not defending, but I have known Billy Ray since he was young,
Mhm.
and I will say that Billy Ray Valentine, is a very faithful dude.
Good, you're restoring my faith.
And I'm gonna tell you something about. I've been in situations where I've been in a relationship. Like my father always told me, and I'll say it just like him, puppy, it's always better if you're not happy in a relationship to end it than to cheat, because they always find out and it's wrong.
Okay, good. I like that. That is really good advice. Very good advice.
Yeah, I don't think but with all that being said,
Mhm.
like, how do we deal with that heartbreak though? Like, can you continue being friends? Probably
Yeah.
not, right?
If you have a conversation, a real conversation.
If
I guess.
you want a shot at it,
Mm.
you can't be friends anymore. You got to
Explain.
cut it off immediately. Because it can be turned around. It's incredibly difficult to do, but it can be turned around. If you're put in the friend zone, you can work your way in there. You either have to be persistent, because I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. A-Track Brown. You either have to be very persistent, or you cut it off and go the other way. The more you stick around, the more the woman doesn't give a damn. You know, you tell me if I'm wrong.
Biding her time.
Right, like the more accessible you let yourself be, the more the woman is likely to keep you in the friend zone and not necessarily take you seriously. You got to take off, whether it hurts or not. If you want to have a physical or an actual emotional relationship, you got to leave. So you can't stick around. If you do stick around, it's on you, and you'll just be friends. But for that guy, it's never just friends. He's just waiting his time, and he's your friend because he can't do anything else. You know, but if you want that, you gotta go.
But that said, do you guys feel that men and women can truly be friends?
Yes,
I feel that way. I
do too.
Like I have a couple of friends that now check this out. I've been romantic with a couple of friends. Like, and when I say romantic, I mean I boned them. And
very nice, Ray. Very nice way to put that.
But guess what? They're still married. Like they got married years down the line, and we actually remain very, very close friends. I'm not gonna name them all, but I've actually been there and done that. So I think yes, because that's why I say like some really great friendships and relationships. I mean, some great relationships were built on friendships and vice versa. It depends on the person. I was supposed to. Can I just tell this real quick? I met this young lady. She was just fine. Okay. And when I say fine, I'm just like sexy, beautiful young lady. This is years ago. And you know, we fooled around a lot, but there was not that spiritual, like emotional connection that I wanted to go to another level with her. So I literally, and this was hard because I enjoyed having sex with her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I started having feelings for somebody else emotionally, and I ended up staying with that person for long. Anyway, long story short, I maintained just reaching out. Hey, how's things going? You know, how are you doing? How's life? And we just kept the conversation going, and through the conversation, and we just stayed friends. And to this day, I still consider her one of my closest friends. I have no desire to be with her in any physical form. So yeah, I think it is possible. I think it is possible, and harder for a dude.
Yeah,
I think, but what? Because I think. Tell me if I'm wrong, April, and you're gonna answer this question. Hopefully, they always say when men cheat, it's more physical. When women cheat, it's more emotional. Is that true?
Yeah, I don't think it's. I 100% agree. I don't think it's natural or normal for women to cheat. It's not in our genetics. Like men. I think men, it's genetically kind of programmed with DNA, spread your seed kind of thing. Whereas women, I don't think we cheat unless things are really not good in the relationship. And we've tried to explain this in however way that we do it. And we're just not being heard. We're not being appreciated. We're not being paid attention to. And then finally we're just like, okay, well, this guy's paying attention to me. Right. So I'm going to go over here and check out this dick. So and see what he has to offer. I mean, that's kind of how it goes, right?
That is how it goes. Yeah.
If you're not taking care of your woman, and if she's asking you for something, or to change something, or to fix something, and you care about her and the relationship, pay the fuck attention.
Please.
So
just closing.
So if you're attracted to her, then somebody else is attracted to her. So if you don't want to lose that, you know, guard that relationship, and always, no matter if you're male or female, whoever you're with, always make them feel appreciated. Always try to remember what it was that brought you together. Never take that person for granted that they will always be there. So making someone feel appreciated and saying thank you so much, that's a big deal that a lot of people just stop doing.
We got a quick question down here. It says, any pet peeves in relationships, April?
Yeah, people that don't apologize.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yeah, I was married for almost 10 years. That motherfucker never apologized unless it was sarcastic. He was Canadian. So sorry, but sorry, not sorry. So, and we're not married anymore.
You dated Bret Hart?
Almost. Yeah, he was a Canadian wrestler.
He was a Canadian wrestler. No more questions. But you know, and I'm going to say this to all the ladies that listen to this. just because a guy's a guy, and Billy Ray, see if you agree or disagree with me here. You know, we have feelings too, and sometimes you guys do fuck up as well. So hearing you say I'm sorry is not a bad thing. Like, it doesn't make you weak in front of my eyes anyway.
And not I'm sorry that you see it that way, or I'm sorry you feel that way. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is it the you're not trying to win. You're trying to understand where the other person's coming from.
That's it. You agree, Billy Ray?
Yeah. In particular, I've had that problem where I'm genuinely sorry, but I don't communicate it the right way. I'll say, "Damn, I'm really sorry you feel that."
Oh,
What do you mean? I'm sorry. I'm like, no. Like I'm really trying to be genuine about it, but
check.
I'm sorry I made you feel that way. It's better.
Right. I say some dumb crap. Right. So I try to flip it around, and so I've learned that lesson the hard way. But yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with April 100%.
And so Bigwig 28 says, "Oh, Ray, cry in front of your woman and see what she says." Let me tell you something.
That's heartbreaking.
Let me tell you something.
That's heartbreaking.
I've actually broken down in front of my wife at least 2 or 3 times in our relationship, and the reason why she looks at me and she knows that it doesn't make me a weak person is because of all the strength I've shown in the time together. She knows that when she's with me, and she'll tell you this. I'm not speaking for her. I'm speaking from what she said. She feels protected, not only physically, but emotionally. She feels protected in our sexual relationship, and she feels confident that she knows that when shit hits the fan, I'm right there by her. I'm a protector. That's the way I am, and I'm like that with my friends too. You fuck with Billy Ray, that's a problem.
Now, I would disagree. Someone said that's considered a turnoff for women. I would disagree. Nah. I mean, if somebody's
I'm not gonna cry for everything though.
But if somebody cries, right. If you're actually, I consider that not brave. I don't want to use that word brave, but I mean, I consider it kind of an honor if they're willing to expose themselves and be that vulnerable in front of you that they'll cry. Because I fucking hate crying in front of people, and I feel like a pussy, and I hate it. So if I'm actually willing to cry in front of somebody, I figure that if they're crying in front of me, it's probably about the same level. It's like, I trust you. This is about as peeled down of the onion layer as it gets sometimes, you know. And Chuck said you need that point of view gun from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Definitely.
And I'm gonna say this to the ladies out there. If a man, and I'm gonna say it this way, if a man is strong enough to show his emotions to you, tell you that he's sad, letting you know that he's down or that he's not happy, don't make him feel
oh God, no, don't kick him
bad about it. Because you know what that's gonna bring out? It's going to bring out the other side of the man, which is probably going to be something like rage, anger, and he'll make some stupid decisions. Because I've been there too.
Yeah, resentment is the relationship killer. It doesn't matter if it's friendship or families or any, romantic relationship. If you don't have boundaries, if you kick people when they're down, if you don't appreciate them, if you belittle, you're going to create resentment. And it also goes if you give too much and you feel like you're giving too much and they're taking too much and you're not doing anything about it, you'll start feeling resentful too.
Yeah.
So, and Bigwig says, I will come to Tampa Bay Screams. Yes, I am in Tampa, the middle of May. Hope to see you. I will be at Tampa Bay Screams. So, and no, you cannot break down and cry in front of me. So,
April, you got a couple of things. You wanted to talk really quickly about assisted suicide.
Yeah, this is like speaking of Canadian, this is a thing in Canada.
Speaking of Canadian suicide.
Speaking of Canadian, it's becoming a thing. It's called MAIDS, medically assisted induced death, I believe. I could have that wrong, but MAIDS. So it's controversial. It's becoming the norm. Remember Dr. Kevorkian way back in the day?
Right, Jack Kevorkian, I remember. Right.
Yeah. So I've always been a fan of this, but what he would do is when somebody was much older and a burden and they were sick and they were ready to go on their own terms, he would go and medically assist them. And I think he went to jail for it, right? It was very controversial.
Did he go to jail, Billy Ray?
I believe he did.
He definitely got punished for it. I remember.
He did.
I don't know for
Yeah.
how long or but he definitely got punished for it. Finish up.
He did. And I always think that your life is your own. Live and let live. Your life is your own to live. Nobody else should be telling you what to do with it. No government should be telling you what to do with it. If you want to not be a burden on other people and you want to, on your own terms, I'm done. I'm sick. I'm old. I don't want to spend my kids' retirement in a nursing home. I'm ready to go now. I think that's your choice. So you want to have kids, you don't want to have kids. These are all your choices to make. That is your life. That is your journey. You choose. But it's an interesting way, the way they're using this medically assisted suicide in Canada, because they are a socialized democracy and they have universal health care. Because the healthcare system is strained, they're almost abusing it to where they're recommending that people die.
Ooh, death panels, right?
Rather than spending the money to fix them. So
that's a problem.
If you're past a certain age, they're recommending that you die. If you have PTSD and you've come back from the Middle East and you're 49, 50 years old, they're recommending MAIDs, medically assisted death, to you instead of offering mental health care. And it's very kind of controversial and sad.
I am not a believer in suicide. I just think that I don't think we give enough. How can I say this? I don't think we give ourselves enough credit to overcome anything. And you may say, "Oh, it's easier for you to say, Ray. I'm sure you never thought of it." Yeah, I thought about it.
Everybody's thought about it. My therapist said like 98, 99% of the humanity has thought about killing themselves at one point or another. It is normal, and we're not allowed to talk about it.
Right.
And you can't even talk to somebody who can help you about it because they're mandatory reporters. It's stupid.
Billy Ray, you going to say something, buddy?
No, I've never thought about killing myself. Thank the Lord. Anyway, go ahead.
No, thank the Lord. But that's why, she said 98%, not 100%, Billy Ray.
I know.
Okay, don't yell at me.
But
God bless you, man. Like, for me, man, I've been in some fucking dark places, especially after my dad died. Yeah. Started questioning a lot of things.
Right.
But then, for me, it's different for everybody else. For me, I started saying to myself, well, goddamn, if I do this, will my son miss me? This was when he was very young. Mm-hmm. I didn't care about my wife at the time, but
like kids.
You start thinking about people that will really, miss you being there. And then I started saying to myself, wait a second, why do they miss me? Well, goddamn, I'm a pretty good father. I'm a really good friend. And I started finding more and more things that I brought to the table, because us as humans, sometimes I think we tend to focus in on all the negative, like the things that we don't have, the things that we suck at, instead of like really looking back. And it could be really simple things, your best quality could just be to be a good listener. You know how hard it is to find a good listener now in this world? It's almost impossible. That's a beautiful trait. People need good listeners in life.
We got a bunch of them they're all our fans and viewers listening
right now.
That's right. Thank you.
You have a question here. It says, Ray, if you have cancer and it's terminal, painful, and you only have 3 months to live, do you think you have the right to take your own life? Do I have the right, or would I? I'm going to answer the question the way you asked me. Do I think you have the right? I'm going to say, this is going to sound crazy. I think everybody should have the right, when it comes to their own body, to do what they want to do with it, whether it's to take a vaccine or not take a vaccine, whether it's to get an abortion or not get an abortion, whether it's to take your life, that's up to you. But just understand that when you make this decision, and as corny as it sounds, it doesn't just affect you. Once you leave this earth, you're gone. You're done. You don't have to deal. I can't speak on the afterlife. I have certain beliefs in that. I believe that we do have to pay for certain things we did, and we benefit for good things that we did. This is the way I believe. Some people believe you just turn off, you just disappear, right? But who doesn't disappear are the people that are around you. People that love you, people that care about you. And you'd be surprised. There are a lot more people out there that really care about you than you may even think. Or, you probably have a positively affected more people than you could ever imagine. And you being gone, that's a hole that won't be filled by anyone else. So, yeah, man, I just think that you should try everything. Now, terminal cancer, that's so heavy. Terminal cancer and being in pain every day, guys.
It's a hard question.
It's a very hard question, and I would have to, God forbid, ever be in that position. I would have to be in that position. For me, and God, please don't ever test me on this. But I would try to fight and hope, because one thing I'll say about me, guys, is that I always hope for the best. Look at Steve.
Hit that ivermectin.
Look at Steve. Have you seen Stevie Richards? By the way, he's been going through some real fucking shit.
Yeah.
And he was in some dark places, and I text him every other day. Just take a look at his post from about 3 weeks ago and compare it to the post he put up today. The human spirit, I believe, is real, and I believe that we all are interconnected in a positive way, and I believe that we can beat anything.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. I think, we didn't have time to touch on that topic, but next week we can. I don't think we get blocked. I think we have to learn to get out of our way. Yeah. And before we end, do you want to hear a quick conspiracy theory?
And before we end, I want to hear that, and I want to play this video real quick that Billy Ray Valentine sent me about commercials.
Oh, yes, let's do both.
We'll go off on a happy note.
Here's okay, let's do that. Here's my quick conspiracy theory so I can go on the record with it. Okay. I think, like I said, I'm going to preface, I could always be wrong. I think all this UFO stuff is preparing us for. I really know. So I've said this a while ago. So I think we are heading toward okay. How do you unite people? You have a common enemy, right? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So
Project Bluebeam. Is that what you're getting at?
I don't know what that is, but
okay. We'll talk about
I think we're heading towards obviously a digital currency and a one world government. And one of the ways to unite everybody worldwide and get them on the same page and force them into a position is to create this scenario where the aliens are invading the earth with these UFOs that they allegedly keep seeing and keep finding. So kind of like a District 9 situation where we have an alien attack. Mm-hmm. So, and everybody in the world has to rely on their governments for help. So again, wild conspiracy theory, but so is COVID. So, so Word. if you have all of that quote unquote, that little alien attacking and we're all, scared to death, and the military does have these gravity free weapons and, flying, they have a lot of this.
Billy Ray knows he's written in them, right? Billy Ray.
There you go. Yeah. They can mimic a lot of what we see out there. So I think this might be a possibility in the future. Not to rule it out. It is a fun conspiracy theory. Then again, digital currency was a fun conspiracy theory, and that seems to be happening too. So hey, also vaccinating everybody was also a crazy conspiracy theory. So
I would love to hear your thoughts on this, Billy Ray Valentine, and we can go off to your
it's about time you come to me about something, because you didn't come to me about the end or whatever, and how I felt about crying in front of people, and I didn't get to say anything about the last topic about people killing themselves. I really wanted.
So why don't you just do it?
Just say it. Just butt in. Just butt in. We just butt in.
Why don't you just?
What are we talking about now?
No. Why don't you start from where you wanted to say something and just lead into now?
Hit them all.
Boom, boom,
do
boom.
It.
I'm just saying, if you can't cry in front of your woman, then that's the wrong woman. Go get yourself another one. Okay, what was the second part?
There was medically assisted suicide.
Oh man.
Oh, we lost
up on America Unplugged, man, because it was the death panels, man. That's crazy that they managed to hijack it in that manner, right? Like they'll find any way to try to freaking kill your ass, right? So I mean, like it's your decision, but it's a slippery slope, right? If you grant that power, then they're going to start suggesting it.
They are.
Why don't you kill yourself? It's time to go. You're going to die. You may as well just kill yourself, and or they have a panel of people that are going to decide this. It'll be 7 people, and thumbs up, you live, thumbs down, you die. And that's the end of it. Like, that's crazy. So yeah, there's that. What was the other one? The alien one. What
aliens, and global
She
Globally
believes that
uniting
she
against
believes
that.
that the governments will come together, more or less, put together an alien attack or something like remember
Or a fake alien attack. They'll
that's
say it's an alien attack.
well, me and Billy Ray know it as Project Bluebeam.
Okay.
To get everybody together under one world order and one world currency. Your thoughts,
Yes.
Billy Ray?
No, they could certainly pull that off, man. If you go on Instagram right now, you can find Joe Biden saying anything you want him to say. It's dope, man. I love those videos of Joe Biden just talking off cuff, and it sounds just like him. They can make anything. It's going to become harder and harder to differentiate between the real and the fake. So they're going to be able to pull stuff like this off. They'll just put stuff up on, and we'll believe it, and that'll be the end of it.
Say it again. They'll put stuff on. You broke up.
They'll put stuff up in the sky, and people will believe.
Yeah, they will, and they're preparing us for it now.
Right.
With these sightings.
Well, they've been doing it since E.T.
Yeah, I know.
Let's be real. Or War of the Worlds. Let's go further even back.
They make all the video, the TV shows and the movies. Now they're saying the next virus is going to be based off of Last of Us. It's going to be a fungus. A fungus
is the freaking best show on television.
It's very, very good.
Why can't there be a virus that increases our penis sizes?
Right? Or our ability to eat sugar and not get fat.
That would be dope because that would solve a lot of my problems.
Yeah.
What the sugar thing?
My diet would be Twinkies.
Sure, it's not the penis thing. Oh my God,
yeah, just sugar
and tang.
Not the penis thing, right?
Tang. No.
Yo, I'm gonna share this with you guys. This Billy Ray Valentine sent this to
Alpine
me.
White Nestle.
Now, Billy Ray, why did you send this to me? Tell me really quickly. What made this funny to you?
What made this funny to me?
Mm-hmm.
If you're in this era, you remember this commercial. I was a child and I never understood this. It was just the weirdest commercial for chocolate, and it popped up on my Instagram feed, and I sent it to you because I figured you would have remembered it too. I remember the song.
Okay, let's see it.
So the question is this.
What's that?
How come commercials were so fucking awesome back in the day and memorable, and now they kind of suck? This has really nothing.
We have ratings now. We didn't have ratings back then.
I don't know if this really has anything to do with chocolate.
This commercial was awful.
But here we go. This is a weird.
This is one of the worst commercials we've ever made.
Weird. This is, guys and gals. This is a fucking chocolate bar commercial. You ready? Here we go.
They remember this.
Oh, is there no sound?
You gotta just
can't hear it.
I don't hear sound.
I'm muted.
No.
I don't hear anything.
Turn that bitch up, Ray.
I'm telling you, I don't hear any. Oh, that's why.
Dummy.
Start again. Start over.
You remember this, April?
No, not yet, but.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S, a dream as sweet as this.
Yes, I do.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S, creamy white.
Right.
Dreamy white.
I remember this.
Nestle makes the very best.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S.
Sweet dreams you can.
So Norwegian pop
Don't.
right there.
Sweet dreams you
Let's
can.
do it again.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S, a dream as sweet as this.
Come on, everybody sing.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody.
Right.
Get your lighters.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S, sweet dreams you can't resist.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I think that is the life that I want to have. And if I eat that white chocolate from Nestle's, it will give me that life.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S.
Yep, I can see it.
Wow, that was, dude, didn't that just move you?
It's an excellent commercial.
I don't know if I want to fucking eat a chocolate bar or just jizz on my wife.
Oh, God. Those things were good too, bro.
They were good, actually.
Those
before they put all that
Nestle-
wax and shit in there. Those were actually good chocolate bars.
Yo, next week, can we talk about like chocolate and candy and how much better it was back then?
Oh my
It
God,
was.
it
Twinkies were
was.
better back in the day. Jolly Ranchers were better back in the day.
Yeah.
Chico's.
They use sugar. They use sugar. It's like you got to go to and have Mexican Coca-Cola now to get the same thing that we had when we were growing up, because we had regular Coca-Cola.
Right.
And now it's all like corn syrup and shit.
Right.
It's not the same, guys. It's not the
Yeah,
same.
you got to go to the bodega and get the Mexican Coke.
Yes, bodega. Anyway,
Mexican
Yep.
Coke.
Billy Ray Valentine, please put over your social media where we can
Yes.
find you, where we can experience the Infinite Fringe and maybe get unplugged by America.
Infinite Fringe on Apple Podcast, America Unplugged on Rockfin, 12 p.m. Eastern every Saturday. And AmericaUnplugged.com and AmericaUnpluggedRadio.com. That's where you can find us.
All right. And put over how awesome I am.
Ray is awesome as shit. He knew all about relationships. He can produce. He can do comedy. He'll beat the trash out of you. You name it, he'll do it. Yeah, that too with women. I don't know if he does anything else, but yeah.
You specify that.
Ray is the greatest.
Oh, stop it. Billy Ray Valentine, one of my best friends in this planet. I wouldn't have sex with him because I don't like dudes. But I'll tell you what, man. I can't wait. Me and Billy Ray going to a wrestling show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
When's the last time you've been to a wrestling show together?
It's been a bit, bro, since
NXT.
Since COVID.
Yeah, so.
Right.
Anywho, listen, guys, you know where to follow me on social media. April, put over your stuff, babe.
You can find me on Real April Hunter, on whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Please follow my Twitter. I lost my last page because of saying the things that we talked about here. So my new Twitter is Real April Hunter. And you can look me up on, Patreon, April Hunter, OnlyFans, April Hunter. Don't get so excited. It's just boobs and wrestling. So thank you for being here. We will be back again live. Yes, we'll be back again.
Hold the gnome.
We got our gnomies. We're here with our gnomies.
I have an old
back
PlayStation
again live
controller.
on Wednesday at 4:30 Eastern. We're talking about maybe going to 7 o'clock. So let us know what you think. And thank you for being here. You guys are awesome.
We love you guys. Thank you for joining us here on the A Show.
Yep.
Boobies. Boobies.
Thank you, Billy Ray Valentine, for joining us, brother. Hang out for 2
Thank you.
seconds. All right, buddy? Later, guys.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?